Hello. Oh, okay. Get this taken care of over here. Hi. I'm a murder chimp. I want to explain my shirt really quick. My favorite t-shirt from the Murder Junkies, and it's all ripped up. But anyways, back to that. My first video, I'm trying out some things. I got a little microphone right here and a ring light. And I figured, why not try to do the first video on my sourdough pancakes that I'm going to make. And just to let you know, I have cats everywhere. I wiped off the countertop before I started, but I didn't videotape myself. I guess when I do like another meal prep video, I'll show how I clean up, because I only cook once a week. That's on Sunday when I'm home. My husband and I usually work 5-6 days a week, so we're not home that much. And when we, during the weekday, we're out of the house by 5:30, and sometimes we get home by like 8 at night. So we're not home that much. So anyways, sourdough pancakes with whole wheat flour, which I'm going to start using sprouted wheat flour once it comes in. But for right now, I'm just using the gold medal right here. But these really cool glass containers for sourdough. You can see I got these on Amazon. I'll put the link in bio. I'm going to start linking all the crap. I buy so much shit. I'm obsessed with stuff. So anyways, I buy a lot of stuff. And this is going to take time. It's my first time really trying to do something like this. I've done a couple videos on other channels, but I'm trash. So anyways, so that's my sourdough starter. So what I'm going to do is kind of walk through it. It's going to take me a minute. I'm going to have to like try to adjust like the camera and stuff like that. So I'm going to double the recipe. So I'm going to start with 4 cups of wheat flour. So the reason why I'm starting this channel is mostly kind of like to keep myself accountable. Because especially on meal prep days, on Sundays, I'll stand here and I will eat. Like, I'll just sit here and just constantly eat. And I'm like on a deficit. I'm trying to get myself to a certain weight, and it kind of doesn't help the deficit if I'm eating like 1,000 calories in one sitting while I'm just over here. So anyways, meal prep today, I'm just doing pancakes and Ajitama. I think that's what it's called. It's a Japanese egg. And I'll do that as well. And also I got some chicken feet cooking. So we're trying to do more of like a natural collagen instead of buying the powdered stuff. Because I guess from what my mom researched was like there's like a lot of metals and plastics and the like processed gelatin powders. So I was like, well, I've been doing bone broth, so we can just keep doing that. That seems to be more natural and better for you. Okay, so I got the flour, 4 cups. I'm going to double the recipe. So 4 cups of flour. Okay. And 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Like I said, this will get better the more I get used to doing it. Two teaspoons of baking soda. And salt. I got some pink Himalayan salt. You know, I bought this like 5 years ago from Costco, and it's lasted a long time. So 2 teaspoons of salt. All right. And I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Actually 4. So I'm doubling it. I got to remember that. I'm probably going to fuck this up, But like I said, it's my first video trying to do this, so I can't be too hard on myself. And put this, hold on. There. And so 2 cups of sourdough. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit out from this and put it in here so I can get another one started for next week. That's good. So how I did this starter was I used apple cider vinegar. I've made starters before. I did one with that. I didn't do anything. I just used the air and different flours. I made sourdough twice. And so also with this, I don't do any of the, what is it called? The extra shit, the runoff, whatever you call it. I forgot. But anyways, I didn't like take any out. I just kept adding to it so that it has more of a pungent flavor. And I've done this before and it hasn't like, it didn't go bad or anything like that. So add that and then I'll add a cup of flour to it. Add a cup of water. Like I said, this will get better the more I do it. I just have to do it. Just have to not be nervous because I'm pretty much pissing in the wind right now. Nobody's going to watch this shit. But like I said, it's more accountability for myself. Also, like for the New Year's, and I've done this 2 years now, and I've made it, this year I made it to May. And then we started going out to eat again. But I'm trying to like not eat out, but have, eat all of my meals that I cook. And it's really hard because, like I meal prep and I am very strict, like when I work, but then when we're off work and stuff like that, we go out to eat, we go and get coffee a lot. So we're spending, I mean, it's not really about money, but it's more like trying to see like how much better I could look and feel if I actually just stuck to like my recommended macros and actually eating everything that I make from scratch for a year. And like I said, I tried it for the past 2 years, and like this year or 2025, we made it to May. So I'm hoping that this year, if I am consistent and I do this and I track myself and I show how I do it, because that's a lot of the content that I was like researching, is like how to make it that you can eat food that you bring yourself, because sometimes it's difficult. A lot of people have difficulties with it. So I'll track that. It might help somebody. I mean, trying to think about it critically and stuff like that. So anyways, this is the new starter. I'm going to start throughout the week for my pancakes. The pancakes have been really like the best thing that I made for breakfast. I mean, I've tried to do like meal prep eggs, and then they'd always get pretty nasty. By the end of the week, they'd be kind of gross. Even like when they're frozen, because they're kind of rubbery. So put its little bonnet on. Like I said, this thing's amazing. I got it on Amazon, and I'm very happy. And I got 2 of them so I can rotate it. So I really like it. It even has like a little temperature gauge and stuff. So, and that's another thing. I'm going to keep leaving to go to the other side of my kitchen. I mean, I guess I could move this. So much crap on here. So, let's go put it right over here in my cabinet. Here. All right. So, got the starter ready with pancakes. And now so what I do is to cut it, because I only have a cup, is I'll put applesauce in there. Hold on a second. But I think so far apple cider vinegar has been the best for doing like a sourdough starter because it makes it really active. I did one. Now the last starter that I had was actually with oatmeal. So I was doing sour oats for a while. And George and I went on vacation in June, and the starter didn't make it. I put it in the fridge, but still it like kind of got fucked up. So I just took a break from doing sourdough for a while. I just spilled shit all over my recipe. No big deal. Shit. No big deal. Try to clean as I go. So since we only have a cup, we'll just fill the rest up with applesauce, which makes it really good. And this recipe also calls for, was it buttermilk? I had buttermilk, and I just forgot to buy some. But what I noticed was I forgot to get some for when I made this last week. So what I did instead was use this raw grass-fed whey. Awesome stuff. I've been making my whey protein with this. I do add Splenda, cocoa powder, and just a little pinch of salt and vanilla. What I noticed when I was getting like flavored protein powders, whatever they were putting in it besides the whey protein was giving me a lot of gas and kind of making me a little bit bloated. So I was like, well, let me see if I just get like a raw, just 100% grass-fed whey. I'm very happy with this. And like I said, I do use it for my cooking and stuff like that as well. And keep putting shit places where I don't need to. Like I said, it's a process. Just do it. It's a learning process. All right. So put that in there. Okay. Also learning how to like talk a lot and keep a conversation going, not be boring, not suck. I mean, I'm usually eating the stuff in my face, so let's see if this helps. All right, so 2 eggs. I will crack them in this instead of directly in here because I drop shells in it all the time. Now you would think with 25 years of being a professional baker that I wouldn't do that. I do it all the time. Constantly. George is like, oh, these are the crunchy pancakes. Yeah, they sure are, my friend. So for the coconut oil, I've been using the Laird Superfood Creamer. It's like a coconut-based creamer. I started using this because I forgot to get coconut oil. I was like, let's give it a try. And it made the pancakes come out really good last time. And hold on. I guess I can use this. So what I learned is a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 4 tablespoons of oil, or Laird, and just put a little bit of water in it. Give it a nice little stir. Put it in there. And this is some amazing vanilla. I don't know if you can see it because it's like the light bouncing off of it, but it's really good. I don't want to wind up in a shallow grave, so I have to keep. That's an inside joke. Maybe I'll talk more about it, or I'll probably get in trouble because it's not really nice. Okay. Put that in there, and then, so 3 cups of protein. So it's a cup and a half. What?
You're going to flag that video for music in the background.
I don't think they can hear it.
Oh.
And if anything, they'll probably just take it off. I don't think they can hear it because I have the microphone connected to that. So I don't know. Are they going to do that? Do they do that? For real? I don't know. That's pretty, it's pretty queer, my friend. It's pretty queer. Flagging fucking videos because of music. That's wild. Like, if you can get it on the radio, I don't see why the hell you can't have it on a fucking video. What do I know, right? Like I said, I'm practicing. Practice. Okay. I'm going to do 1 more cup. Yeah, I don't think you guys can hear what I'm listening to. I mean, if you can, if anything, they'll just take it off. They did that to my YouTube video. It's just weird as shit because you can put music on like Instagram videos. I don't know. All news to me. I'm old. I don't understand all these dumbass rules for shit. All right. I'm almost ready to cook them. As I said, it's a process. It's practice. So, see, pumpkin spice. I have the Britney Spears angle too. I love the Britney Spears angle. It makes me look so thin and beautiful. Shit, that was too much. It's going to be really spicy pancakes. And get this shit out of the way. Hold on. I'll take care of this. Don't wash it because I don't want that to be in my video. And they're like, they seem like a really loving couple. All right. Wash on it. That's the one thing that sucks about cooking, all the washing you gotta do. All right, so now mix all this shit together. Yeah, so I like to watch a lot of documentaries, conspiracy theory stuff. And, you know, I like do documentary and deep dives and everything like that. And I really wish that I had kind of like the wherewithal to do it myself. Like do the research myself and like do content like that. But I do not have time. Like, I wanted to join a Candace Owens book club, but I'm like, I don't have time to sit and read a fucking book. Like, I'm sure I could find the time. If I really wanted to, I could make the time. But I don't think I really want to. So, I mean, I download books on Audible and stuff like that, but like, I really do think I have skibbity toilet brain because I can only focus for like 5 minutes and I'll turn it off and then I'll start scrolling on YouTube or I'll be bouncing back. I can't even listen to a whole song all the way through anymore. My brain's fucked. So there's that. All right, so put this to 350. I love this skillet. I bought this, God, I've had this skillet for like 10 years. Amazing, helps a lot with meal prep. I'll wait for it to get a little hotter. I'll start putting this stuff away. I guess I can move this over here if you want to see me. Go over to the sink. So this I bought. It's actually this whole setup is a kid's toy that I bought. So kids can make their little TikTok videos and stuff like that. When I bought that like 8 years ago. And I've done some videos with it. And like I said, this is my year. I'm gonna do it to it. I have nobody watching, or somebody watching. Call it pissing in the wind. And the more I do it, the better I'll get. And who knows? Maybe I'll help somebody. Maybe my content will give somebody the help they need. I don't know what they're going to help them with, but I'll help them with something. But I have a lot of plans for this year. Like I said, cooking my own food, being very strict with sticking to my macros, and like actually seeing if I feel better by eating food that I make at home. How much money? Then another thing is like, how much money would we save? We saved a lot of money. But then two of my cats got really sick, and it was a couple $1,000s. And I mean, like, it didn't kill us, but that was like the money that we had saved up was pretty much all towards the cats. Medical bills, vet bills, but now they seem to be doing a lot better. They're a lot healthier. They're getting better food. So they're doing good there. But, you know, I'm 45. I'm not young. But I think for the way how I feel and look, I think a lot of it has to do with, you know, diet, exercise, and doing like research on things that work and don't work with my body. And I had a really hard time with perimenopause. Let me tell you what, there was a minute there where I almost had to get my uterus taken out. But I think with dropping some weight, being consistent with my exercise and diet, I think I might have helped that issue a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so there's a lot of things, and I mean, I want to talk about like the crap that I buy and how much it's helped me, and Highland Games and Olympic lifting and all that fun stuff. Whatever, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's dark. It's really gloomy here today too. Gloomy here in our hometown. So this is getting nice and hot. The sink is filling up. Okay. So I wanted to start the Ajitama while I was doing this. I was like, you know what, it's a little bit more delicate, so I'll wait till I'm done, and then I'll do that one as well. And then we'll see how the video looks and edit it, or just post it, and who cares, right? I'm not really too worried about it. I'm used to getting a lot of hate in comments and shit that I post. I think it's kind of funny, so whatever. As long as there's engagement and there's something. You got to appreciate it that way. All right. Yeah, I spend so much money on supplements, on little gadgets to help my life work a little bit better. And I'll get into all that. Like I said, that's kind of like the content that I was watching on social media, on YouTube especially, to kind of give me, you know, to motivate me and maybe help me out. So, all right. I use a little scoop. Oh, this might be too hot. Hold on. I also don't want to burn the shit out of these either. Yeah, so a little backstory, I guess, was I was a baker for 25 years. And I love baking. I mean, I went to school for it. I mean, I loved it. It was awesome. But slowly but surely, I noticed that they were starting to order, and this was like back in the 90s and early 2000s. My first job, I was making $6.50 an hour, but I worked so much, and I got paid weekly, but I also worked so much overtime, and I used to get my overtime in cash, and I would never touch my paycheck. My paycheck went right into the bank, and then the cash I got from doing overtime, it covered my rent, my car insurance, my gas, my groceries. It was insane. I was like, that's the one thing that sucks now is that like nobody really has that kind of freedom anymore. So I did that for 25 years. My last job I was at for 8 years, and it was a really upscale nursing home. It was awesome. I really liked it. The hours were good. I had at the time was 410, so I had Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off, and then I would have to work Sunday. So Sunday through Wednesday, which is fine. And George, he had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So there was like one day where we didn't have off together, which is fine. It's kind of nice to have. And like on Thursdays while he was at work, I would go and, that's when I was commuting by bike. So I commuted by bike like religiously for like 15 years. My job before the bakery, I was commuting 20 miles a day because it was 10 miles to and then 10 miles back. And I was on a fixed gear. And at the time, it was like we were part of like a fixie group. So we all rode all over the beaches and everything like that. So on top of the 10 miles, I'd also do like an extra 10 or 20 before my shift because I worked overnights. And then I would ride home or I'd ride the bridges again with someone because there was a lot of guys from work that I hired that was part of the same group as us. I mean, I liked doing that, but it was too far and it was starting to get kind of dangerous. Like I remember I was riding on the trail and I like rode right through a drug deal and I just heard, "Hey, it's a white girl." I'm like, oh, it was like pretty bad. And one time I rode and there was like a SWAT team that was going through the neighborhood. There was like helicopters and there was like canine dogs and shit. And I was like riding through the neighborhood and the guy was just like, keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm like, okay. So he was like radioing and they're like, don't mess with the girl on the bicycle. So the job that I got after that was 4 miles from the house. So it was a lot closer. So, and it was during the day. So it wasn't overnight or anything like that. So at like 3 o'clock, I was riding my bike home. It's just that the traffic was pretty bad. And I was surprised at how long I rode. I did not get hit by a car because pretty much all my friends that commuted by bike, all of them got hit by a car at some point in time. But I was very lucky. But I did ride on the sidewalk a lot. I was not, if it was like at 3 o'clock in the morning, there's no traffic. Yeah, I'd be in the road. But the majority of the time I was like on the sidewalk or on the trail. So when I was working at the nursing home, like I did everything from scratch, pastries, cakes, bread, everything was made from scratch. It was awesome. Then they got bought out. And when they got bought out, things started to get cheap. Then they started buying more and more pastries, cakes and whatnot from Cisco. So they were kind of like getting rid of my position anyways. But also I was like a prep cook. So, I mean, I prep cooked as well. I just hated it. I was hired as a baker, so I got out of that. And I started personal training, and that was a nightmare. I mean, I love fitness, and I love talking about that kind of stuff. I went and I got my personal training certification. But because I came from working like a job that was not client-based, I was paid hourly. I didn't understand that personal training was not an hourly thing. It was client-based. So when I worked at the gym, it was like I'd have a client at like 6 o'clock, and then I would not have another one until noon. So I was like, this sucks. Or then like the one afternoon, then I have one at like 3. And I was like, this is terrible. And at the time, I didn't have a car. We were sharing a car, and George was working at his job. So like I said, I just commuted by bike, and the gym was kind of far from our house. I mean, I would ride back and forth. So I was doing a lot of miles. Commend having that kind of energy, because I don't know if I could do that now. I mean, I definitely have slowed down a bit on that aspect, but I mean, I appreciated it. But the thing is like, you can't teach people discipline you can get into their heads and tell them that, you know, maybe that's not really working the best for you. Or maybe look more into doing weight training as opposed to cardio and see how your body responds to it. A lot of people want you to do the work for them, and that's something that can't really happen. I mean, I'm sure I was offered like to be a personal chef to people, and I was like, yo, you know, I can do it for you, but you're not going to be happy with your portion sizes to begin with. That's going to piss you off, because when I first actually sat there and weighed out, I do 5 small meals. I think that works better for me. Instead of doing 3 large meals, I do 5 small meals. Also, because I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I don't get to bed till like 8:30. So I like just to have those little meals to fuel me out through the day. Works so much better than just 3 big large ones. So that works for me. It's not for everybody. Everybody's lifestyle and schedule are different. So when I actually stood there and weighed my food out, I was pissed. I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me that this is how, but like I said, it was 5 small meals. I'm sure if I did 3 large ones, it would make a little bit more sense, but still you would be surprised at your portion sizes. And I remember I got into a conversation with somebody, and they were talking about how expensive food is. Yes, food is very expensive. I'm not going to lie. To be honest with you, since I started macroing out, weighing my food, and being, you know, strict with it, the grocery bill, the groceries have lasted a lot longer. And I mean, I was spending just as much at Walmart as I am at Costco right now. And I'm actually getting more food. I think Costco is a lot cheaper than Walmart, surprisingly. So that's why we went back to getting we got rid of our Costco membership during COVID. And I was working at BJ's overnight at the time as a forklift operator. So when I was working over there, we had the membership at BJ's. And then when I quit BJ's and I'm at the place I'm at now, I didn't re-up my BJ's membership because I was like, you know, their food it was good. It was good while I was working there, but not working there. I was like, you know, Walmart at the time I think had something, I can't really remember. It had something there that I liked. And I was like, you know, there's really no point. We'll just go to Walmart. Walmart has everything. So recently, with how much the groceries were, I was like, you know, this is kind of equating to what I was spending at Publix. And I remember, dude, Publix, and when I worked at the health food store, my whole paycheck would be gone like that because of groceries. I'm not going to lie, I would spend up to like $300 to $500 on groceries, but that's for 2 weeks. And it's for me and my husband, and he eats a lot more than I do. He's a bigger guy, but I am lucky that he eats what I make him. He's not a complete bitch. Like some women tell me about their husbands, how they bitch about the food they make. And I'm like, yo, I get it. If you're at home or you work from home, or if you have a schedule that allots that you can be a little bit more free, but being that we both work the same schedule, and he does eat the food that I provide for him, and he does not complain. He's never complained once about anything I've made him. And also, we don't have kids. That makes it a lot easier too, because people are like, "Oh, my kids won't eat it." Okay, but that's the whole thing with personal training. It's like you have these hurdles that a lot of people have that I can kind of relate to, but then I kind of can't, because I'm like, well, yeah, I don't have kids. I'm extremely selfish. And I'm sure if I had kids, they would either be eating the food I provide them, or they will be hungry until they eat the food that I provide them. I mean, like I said, I can't say anything about it because it's not my truth. I'm just telling you how it is. Isn't that right? So these are taking a minute to cook. Like I said, this is practice. I'm learning. It's really raining out there. Are you looking for Annie? She's right here. I let her in already.
Oh.
Yeah. What? I know. Well, they're out in the rain, so it's raining right now. I guess I can take the phone with me. Show you. All right, let's see. So yeah, and my turtle's out too. You see her? I have like. Hold on, let me flip it. Yeah. No, she's fine. Is that her? Hold on. There she is. There's the ducks. They're enjoying the rain. You know what's funny? I watered the grass for like 3 hours. Oh my God, for 3 hours. Because like the turtle eats the grass and I'm trying to like provide her with natural food. Because we're not home all fucking day and somebody's supposed to be throwing romaine lettuce to the turtle and the lettuce is turning brown, not being thrown to the turtle.
Don't air your grievances on me.
Missed it. I'm not airing my grievances.
Airing your grievances.
I'm not airing shit. First of all, for my 0 followers, I'll probably will have. I'm not too stressed about it. This is for accountability, okay? I'm going to do this. This is my, I've been saying it for the past 45 years. This is my year. You know what? This is not just my year. This is my life. This is more than a year. My life.
This is everybody's year.
Yeah. Until the great reset happens. This bullshit. It's scary as hell. Until the great reset happens. Do you guys know about the great reset? Or the 4th industrial revolution, which we are balls deep in right now. So there's a couple YouTube channels that I love. I've been following a couple of them that I had to take a break from, or ones that disappeared. I can't find them. So I'm hope whoever it is isn't dead or something like that. But yeah, I try to. Oh.
I do like kind of spice though.
Do you want me to get? So why don't you just come in here and get it yourself? Looking good, Patty.
Are you done?
You want one now? Well, come and get it. Come get a plate and some maple syrup.
I don't need to dance to them. Oh, I go around the other way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this takes a while. It's nice to get it out of the way. Like, so meal prep sometimes take 8 hours depending on what I'm doing. I know that's a lot. A lot of people don't want to dedicate that time, especially on their one day off, but I try to be consistent with it because I'm lazy and I'm cheap and I won't like buy any. Like we have a cantina at work and we have snacks. And George, come and get your pancake and go get your. Come get it. Come get your pancake.
I just want finger food.
Of course you do. You just want food.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, they're delicious.
You didn't even eat it yet.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
You gonna have your own theme music?
No? Just mind your own business. Business that you need to be minding isn't in here, but over there. Oh, no. Cat. I have 5 of them. That happened by mistake, actually. So when we moved into the house, we had 2 cats. One, she was 20. The other one, he was 7, but he had a lot of health issues. He was a Maine Coon mix. I'm talking. He was a Maine Coon mix, and he had every issue that a Maine Coon had wrong with him. So the doctor was like, you could go one or two things. You can get him surgery for his heart, which he may or may not survive. You can put him on medication, which may or may not help him, or you can just kind of like let him live his best life. So we did. The medication did not help. And he wound up passing away, which was very sad because he was a beautiful cat. But like I said, every issue you could have wrong with the Maine Coon he had. And we've just had issues with every cat we pretty much had, except for the one that lived to be 22 years old. And she was old when we got her, so she might have been even older than that. And she just wound up passing away from old age. So when we moved in the house with the ducks and everything like that, we started getting a problem with rats outside. Like, not just because of the duck food. The people that live behind us have like fruit trees. They have mango trees. They have orange trees. Orange trees are gone, but the mango trees. And there's pine trees everywhere. I mean, palm trees. We have palm trees everywhere. So they were palm rats. So I had an easy access to food. I tried, mitigating it by bringing the food in when we were home or, at night. And that didn't work because I would get up so early in the morning. I would put the food out there while it was still dark out. And we get home so late from the gym that, the rats were just there. So they started to get extremely comfortable. Started coming up to the door. I see them hanging out at the door. So I was like, we need to get an outside cat. We need to get like a barn cat. So we wound up getting one. She was a very good cat. But the problem was like the second day she ran away. Like, we had her in the house, and then we were trying to get her like acclimated and used to the house, and then kind of like have her as an inside outside cat. And she ran away. She disappeared for 2 months. So I was like, this is not good. So then we found another shelter, and the lady was like, yeah, these cats are pretty feral. They're chipped, vaccinated, everything like that. They're like a good barn cat, like a good outside cat. And she's like, but there's 2 of them. But they've been here for, like, she said they've had these 2 cats for like 3 years at the shelter. No one would adopt them. So we adopted them. And they were very feral and crazy. So they disappeared. We didn't see them for a while. And then one day I was like out in the yard and I saw like little eyes looking at me through a bush. And I was like, it was one of the siblings, one of the 2 cats. So I called him Big Brother because he's always watching me. So I was like, oh, he's still in the yard. That's awesome. So he hung out. He was in the yard. So to build trust with him, we started feeding him, and he started coming up. He started to be really friendly, but he was a strict outside cat. He would not come anywhere near coming inside to the house. So it's good. So feeding him and everything like that. He started to stay. The sister wound up coming back too. She just ran into the house one day, and then we can't get her. I mean, she's a strict inside cat now. He was super outside cat, but he was allergic because we took him to the vet because his hair was falling out. And the vet's like, he's allergic to grass. I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. And I was like, he will not stay in the house. He freaks out. He tore up our door from being in the house. So the vet was like, well, just put this medication on his skin. And he's like, see if that helps. And it did help a little bit. But I mean, he was a straight up outside. Anyways, he would bring home rats. We started not seeing the rats anymore. Like, he did his job. So anyways, one day we were like hanging out in the living room and we heard like scratching on the roof. So my husband went out and he looked up top, and it was the first cat that we got that ran away. So we got her back. So now everybody's here. Everybody's accounted for. The rats are totally under control. Not an issue anymore. The feral boy is now a 100% inside cat. Like, he won't even go near the door. I don't know what happened out there, but she is in and out, but she goes out early in the morning when I get up. And I get up at like 2:00 in the morning. She gets up and she'll come home with a mouse, a baby rabbit, a rat. Like, she's extremely good. Like, she has a very good turnaround with her hunting. I'm very impressed with it. And she craves that food. So in the meantime, when all this was going on with the outside inside cats, my nieces were coming to visit. I was like, oh, it'd be really fun for them to have a kitten to play with while they're visiting. So I got a little black kitten. He's a sweetheart. Love that little guy. But, he grew up, he got big, and he just got really, really depressed. And he gained a lot of weight. I asked the vet, I was like, is he depressed? Is there like something wrong with him? I'm like, I'm not putting him on antidepressants or anything. Like, it was like, is he depressed? And he's like, I don't think he's depressed. He's like, he's fat. I'm like, okay. So to help with the depression, and like I said, the other 3 cats were kind of like in limbo and stuff like that, in and out, whatever. We got him a buddy, and his demeanor did get better, and he did start to perk up. But in that time, then we got the other 3, and so now we have 5 cats. And I mean, they're great. They're well taken care of. I got special veterinary food for them. They're all doing really, really well. And just keeping them entertained. They have a lot of toys around the house and stuff like that. And it's funny because people were like, do you have kids? I'm like, no, I have cats. I'm a crazy cat lady. Sorry about that. But the good thing is, though, is now we don't really have an issue with rats anymore. And my neighbor has not been getting on to me about rats like dying in his yard and stuff. We do have a neighbor down the street that puts out rat poison, which I am a little worried that, our cat will get sick from it. But we've had her for about 3 years and she's never had any problems. Like, I think she knows if they're sick or not, but I mean, I'd be surprised by that. But they're definitely doing their job because our yard, I haven't seen anybody hanging out in the yard anymore. Like that, the rats would literally be knocking on the door at like 2:00 in the morning, waiting for me to go out and feed the ducks. And I was like, yeah, this needs to stop. And I thought the ducks would be like aggressive towards them. No, hanging out with them. And for a while there, we had a rabbit. He was on our porch, and he had like the whole, fenced in porch to hang out in and stuff like that. And the rats were eating his food too. So my mom's like, that's his friend. That's his little friend. Don't hurt him. That's the guy. I'm like, no, we need to get rid of that shit quick. Because now it's like the next step is going into our house. And I was like, we do not need that. Because that's a mess. But we kind of like live out in the woods and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, expected. That's the word I was looking for. It's kind of expected. But yeah. So I got some pretty awesome, so when we do like the Highland games and stuff like that, and we travel, and if my mom isn't home, so my mom does live with us, and which helps out a lot. Like I said, we really are like not home for the majority of the week. So it's nice to have someone who's here to help take care of the animals, and gives her something to do. It gives her something, to set her schedule to do. And I told her, I was like, start videotaping. People love animals, so start videotaping the animals. The tortoise, she gets a lot of views and likes. I love my tortoise. I'm really glad that she dug a hole where she can keep it. The other holes we kind of had to take care of because they were like under the fence into the neighbor's yard. And I was like, yeah, our neighbors will not be happy with having a 16-foot tunnel in their yard. Let's go ahead and take care of that. And so yeah, like I said, doing it freestyle too. Like I should have like something written on my laptop. On my iPad to talk about. I really don't. I talk to myself a lot. I guess that's crazy because that's kind of like what I'm doing now. But I'm hoping that this, keeps me accountable, and also if it helps people out there, who knows? I mean, these pancakes, I can put the recipe. I guess I can put a lot of stuff in the description. So I can put like the recipe in the description. I actually do have to sit down and figure out the macros on it, so I can put it in my diet app. So I do RP Strength. I don't know if anybody's familiar with RP Strength or whatnot, but I have their female physique templates, which I guess they're trying to get away from and just get you strictly on the hypertrophy app. But I still have the templates, and I actually went on their website because I had to I was able to go on their website and get an empty template each time I filled up my mesocycles, and I would get just a new one. Because for some reason it wouldn't let me like erase it and start over. I would have to like get a new one. So I actually downloaded, and I think I have a copy now that I can just take copies from it. I think I figured that out. Anyways, the training templates were fantastic. I love them. They're interchangeable. You can pick, push, pull, you know, like quads, hamstrings, different exercises. And it's, you know, once you're finished with the mesocycle and you go back, you can put new exercises for that. So far out of all my training apps and except for like when I first started with CrossFit back in like 2015, I think this one has produced the best like physical results as far as aesthetics go. I don't know what it is with CrossFit, I just did not get any like good physical results from it. And I think a lot of it is maybe poor technique, diet for sure, because I did start seeing results. The CrossFit training we got before was kind of a little bit more unconventional. The guy who we had was one of the original people that started doing CrossFit in this area. So he had a lot of knowledge under his belt. He also had a lot of Olympic lifting knowledge. So he was able to incorporate different exercises, dynamic exercises, strength training for that I have not seen at other boxes. And I've been to other boxes, and nothing against them. It just, the training was not something that worked well with me. And I have a knee injury too. So that's something that kind of limits to what I can and can't do. And it's frustrating because I would love to go heavy on a lot of stuff. And I don't want to say I can't. It's just that I am afraid to, because I'm scared I'm going to mess my knee up. And I finally saw a physical therapist. He gave me exercises. I'm seeing amazing results in strength since I started doing that. But there are still limitations, especially in front squat. So I can snatch fine, overhead squat. The front squat, if I go anywhere heavier than 83 pounds, my knee pops. Now that is normal to happen, and it just pops, but it doesn't swell up and hurt for 2 weeks like it used to. So that's good. But it's just the initial pop from it makes me uncomfortable to the point where I just don't want to do it. So and we're trying to work around it. But like, I want to get back into Olympic lifting. But I was explaining to him, because he also does Olympic lifting training. It's like, you know, I'm not looking to podium. And I know that's, you know, why even do it if you're not even going to win? But it's like, I know for a fact I'm not going to podium. I'm okay with that. I like competing because that's a goal to do. That gives me a goal as to why I'm putting this time and effort into it. So he said, I'm going to look into it. Like right now, I'm just focusing on hypertrophy. But I used to have the RP diet templates, and then I got the app. It is a lot easier for sure. As far as tracking and macroing stuff out, it's a lot better. This video is going to be long. So at work, I work 10 hours. And I go on YouTube because YouTube videos seem to have better sound than like movies. Because I used to listen to movies when we were allowed to wear our Bluetooth earbuds, but now that we have to wear what is, you know, issued to us, certain things don't come out good. Like you can't hear them. So I just started YouTube, certain videos, certain podcasts and stuff come out really, really good. I can hear them. Some of them, they don't. My brother has a podcast. Even he said that he even turned it up. I still can't hear him on these earbuds. And it sucks because he has good content. He does a lot of stuff about movies. Nice Man Come to Town on Spotify. I keep telling him to do YouTube. For some reason, I like YouTube podcasts. Even though I'm not watching it, I'm around the building doing stuff. I'm not like sitting there watching it, but I like listening to it. But I find ones that are long. And I guess they're trying to push away from the long ones and stick to the shorter content, like kind of like TikTok or something like that. There's one channel I was listening to, they were talking about that, because I thought it was kind of weird as well. So yeah, I try to find long-running podcasts that I can, you know, get deep dive into something interesting. And I'm not like 100% listening to it. I'm doing other stuff. So, like I said, this is long, but some people might like it. I don't know. We shall see. Let me go get my more water. There is a lot of like fitness stuff I like to watch. My favorite podcast though is Jim and Them. They talk about Corey Feldman. I love it. I think it's hilarious. And it kind of got me out of a funk that I had for a while. So I appreciate them. So they're a good podcast. All right, so I'm getting the containers for the pancakes. Like I said, meal prep takes a long time. It's even taking longer, and I'm like, I don't know how to keep like the conversation going and stuff without being stagnant, sounding like Bill Burr or whatever. Like, I'll be funny. I'll be relatable. Like I said, it's the first one. Just keep doing it. I'm sure people will give me constructive criticism if anybody stumbles across it, or tell me I look like a man. I get that a lot. I think it's funny shit. People get so mad. I'm like, that's funny. I had a friend that that actually went through and like deleted, like she just deleted people she didn't know, which, I mean, I get it. I friend people that like, I'll friend and then they're like, you're an ugly bitch. I'm like, oh, thanks. Fuck you too. I think that shit's funny as hell. Whatever makes you happy. I mean, not that petty. And I got kicked out of a punk rock. This is the funniest shit ever. A punk rock Facebook group kicked me out because I had a hateful opinion, but all I said was, you guys yell so much about trust the science, but then when you're faced with facts in science that are not conducive to what you are pushing, you consider it hate. And it's crazy. I mean, that's not exactly what I said. I'm trying to word it correctly so I don't get in trouble. That's another thing. I'm new to YouTube. Like, the other videos I have another channel. And it was supposed to be like this ethereal, I was like doing all like this tarot reading, and I was going to do spiritual boxes. I was going to give people, personal tarot reading and give them some, I made Florida water, like on like the full moon of November in 2023. I was like extremely into this shit. I was like, oh, for real. I got like this journal because I was having trouble with anxiety. I was having really bad panic attacks. And I think it turned out that it was like actual hormonal from perimenopause, or like I was deficient in something. I started taking a different magnesium pill, and I actually feel like 1,000 times better. But anyways, what helped was journaling. So, I mean, I'm not going to discredit that because I did talk to a therapist about it. I was like, because it was starting to get to where it was affecting me at work and social events and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, I cannot be on, and I don't want to be on medication. Now, I had severe anxiety back in 2000 when George was deployed and I was in North Carolina, and I would have panic attacks like crazy. So I would always go to the emergency room because I thought I was having a heart attack. And the doctor was like, you need to go make some friends. So I'm going to prescribe you some Xanax, and I want you to go out to the bar and just start talking to people. That's what he told me to do. I decided not to do that exactly, but I started, I got a job as an entertainer, and that did help a lot with my confidence, and it did help with my anxiety. But the thing is, also, I'm battle tested because I would get booed and shit thrown at me when I was on stage. So it's kind of like, I mean, it didn't fuck me up that bad because I think that shit's kind of funny. But yeah, that did help me with my anxiety, and then it came back, and I don't know if it was perimenopause or what, but I started doing this journaling, and this journal was all about doing like tarot reading and, you know, all these different rituals and spells and shit. It was a literal, this lady had like a whole witch coven that she was, I love it. Like, I still do a card pull every Sunday because that's like the only time I really have to do it. And it's fun. I mean, I don't take it too seriously. And I mean, I'm probably doing it wrong anyways. But I do it every morning. I light my candles. I do my little meditation. Try to like focus on what I'm going to do for the week and pull the cards to see like what will be an obstacle and what I can do to fix it. What's holding me back now and stuff. It's all about how you see it, because I'm kind of superstitious. Like, we saw a dead dove by our truck. I think it was Saturday. No, Friday. It was Friday. There was a dead dove by the truck, and I was telling George, I'm like, that's a bad omen. Like, that's bad shit. And it's on my side. And I was like, it's not going to happen like that, like instant. It's something's going to happen. He's like, he's like, there's dead birds on the ground all the time. I guess you're looking into nothing. So yeah, it's a problem for sure. So the pancakes are done. So these are for George. Georgie gets pancakes. I eat the pancakes when I get home from the gym. It's kind of like, I'll have like one or two. That's kind of like my little treat. And I'll wait for that. So what I do with the rest, hold on. Go ahead and get his maple syrup ready. Yeah, so looking back when George and I got together back in 1997, and I lived with him because my loving mother kicked me out of the house. So I lived with George and his parents back then, which was nice, but you know, I would always cook. He cooks better than I do. If I want to be honest with you, he's a way better cook than I am. And I went to school for it. But his dad's French. First time I had cappuccino, George made it for me. And he put so much sugar in the milk, and he frothed the milk up, and he gave it to me. It was so good. Oh my God. But then his dad made it for me, and he didn't put sugar in it. Oh, that was the nastiest shit ever. Oh my God. And then Georgie made me, unplug this. Georgie made me crepes. They were scrumptious. And that's another thing. I was thinking about getting a crepe pan, and maybe I'll make some healthy crepes. Do that too. But right now, breakfast, just pancakes. They're full. They're definitely, they're hearty, and they're satiating. Like I like to reserve them for after the gym because they have good carbs. They have some sugar in them and stuff like that, and they kind of fill me up before bed, so I'm not like totally ravenous. But the problem is that I'll, instead of having one, I'll have like 5. I do overeat. But at least, I mean, that's one of the reasons why we don't keep snacks in the house, really. The only snacks we do have are like tortilla chips. George lives off of chips and salsa. He's been like that since he was a kid. And I'll easily go through a bag of tortilla chips like nothing. I have no self-control. And that's why I can't really tell people or influence people with shit. I have a hard enough time taking care of my own stuff. This is for accountability. For me to keep myself accountable. I don't know where the hell I put the maple syrup at. Because I'm a genius. Is this it? Yeah. Found it. I'm notorious for putting shit in wrong places, and it's scaring me because now I think that I have like dementia. And that's another reason why I wanted to start doing this too, is kind of like record myself, see how I talk, see how I act, change the way how I talk. Maybe I say like too much, or duh, or them, or they, or you know, say that a lot too. A lot of things to work on. Getting over how my voice sounds, getting over how I look. The Britney Spears, this is a good angle too. This is the angle where like you can see shit popping. You look thinner. That's why I love the Britney Spears angle. But also, like I said, just checking out how I got a little microphone, seeing how that works, seeing how the light works, seeing how it works with cooking, and it's going on. I mean, maybe I'll pick a subject each week on my meal prep and use that to kind of like base my conversation off of. And hopefully if I get people that want to watch and engage, that'll help too. I can like talk about this, talk about that. Sure, why not? And like I said, I will put in like, I do want to show like the little gadgets and stuff that I buy to help keep me on track for not eating when we go out. And that's one of the things that's fun about going out is going out to eat. I know that. I get it. Trust me, when we were traveling for the Highland Games and, you know, I had my food, George had his food, but I wasn't cooking for him. He was doing Fresh and Lean, I think it was. It was one of those meal prep services. It was like Fresh and Lean. So when we made sure we had a hotel room that had microwaves. And he wasn't drinking. No, he was drinking at the time too. So I stopped drinking back in 2012 because I got arrested and the cops kind of roughed me up a bit for a DUI, but I was not driving. That makes it even worse. I actually was not even in the fucking car, but the keys were in the ignition. I can go through the whole story. I mean, I can totally do that, but I'll do that some other time. But yeah, it was really obnoxious. And it was on his birthday. So every time we go out on his birthday is December 13th. So every time we go out on his birthday, some dumb shit happens. Either if it's on a Friday, December 13th, Friday the 13th, something happens. It's complete nonsense. So lesson learned. Don't go out on George's birthday, or just don't drink. And I won't drink. So I haven't drank, not going to. When Georgie drinks, I drive. Try to be very responsible. There's been plenty of 24-hour nights days, or what do you want to call it, where I have been like up for 24 hours. Either going to go see a band play. And that's another thing. I'll post videos of the bands that we go to see. Not just fitness shit, because we do have a life outside of the gym, but we are at the gym. Thursdays are like our days off, but we're at the gym like Monday through Friday. And we, in our garage, which I'll do videos in my garage too. Oh, I'm going to do all that shit. And if you guys are watching and you hate it, then you won't like and subscribe. If you do, it'll be more of an incentive to do better work. But so right now, like I said, I'm going to make Ajitama. I think that's how you say it, the Japanese marinated egg. So I'm going to make that. And it's really easy, sorta. So it's like, you only boil it for like 7 minutes. Then you let it sit in like ice water for like 15 minutes. But the problem that this is like my favorite thing. Like when we go out to the ramen restaurants and stuff like that, the one thing I want is just the ramen egg. But I don't get ramen itself because it's extremely salty and it does make me swell. That's something I have noticed and I have cut out of my diet, is like really, really salty food. I love ramen. Don't get me wrong, ramen is so delicious, but it makes me swell. And I have good circulation, so I'm not like diagnosed with any weird like heart problems or anything like that. But I just noticed that super salty food makes me swell. So I just Don't even mess with that. And with that, I know when I get my period, that's all I want is like salty or sweet. Now I'm going to wash these really quick while I wait for the water to boil. And then we'll make Ajitama. Now, Ajitama, and like I said, my apologies if I'm saying it wrong. I'm also kind of acoustic, so please bear with me. But Ajitama, like I said, it doesn't take that long to make, and it's like a good snack to have. And I was thinking of maybe having that and some sprouted. I have some brown rice sprouting right now. Just having that with some brown rice in the morning. And I mean, to get it all set up and like do like a video in the morning. I do a video every morning of me working out. So it just started off like I started it back in June. Like I said, I was seeing a physical therapist for my knee, and like I would do all the exercises he would have me do and stuff like that, little minor things, but really made a big impact. But still, I would have swelling and soreness, especially at night when I would try to sleep. So one day so let me dial back a bit. The gym we were going to wound up closing, and George bought he bought one of the concept rowers. I love rowing. When I had knee surgery, back when we were doing CrossFit at the first box, when I had knee surgery, I tore my meniscus. Not doing CrossFit, but actually dancing, and I landed goofy on a mat and fucked my knee up pretty good. And then I just kept tearing the meniscus until it finally folded under the joint, and I couldn't put my foot down. So I got surgery. This was back in 2016. Got surgery. I healed up fine, but there was definitely weakness that I never addressed. And then just slowly but surely, with just constant banging on the knee and not really addressing positional issues with my leg, it just finally wound up causing more damage. So decided to actually see a physical therapist, and he was working out of the gym that we were going to. And the place we were at before was amazing. So that's the one thing that sucks, is like you find a gym that is amazing, and then it winds up closing, or it gets new owners, or they change like their training method or something, and it just sucks. So the guy sold it. Luckily, a very good friend of ours that we've known from back when we were doing CrossFit, when we first started, she wound up opening up her own gym. And it's amazing. I love the culture there. And the nice thing about it is that it's a functional fitness kind of boot camp thing, but she does allow me to kind of do my own thing, because with the high intensity training and stuff like that, it still messes with my knee. But doing hypertrophy, slow movement, high volume kind of stuff is really benefiting me tremendously, not only with my knee, but with my whole physique is changing for the better. So I want to keep that momentum going, and she's allowing me to do that. So, a huge thank you to her. Anyways, that was a whole ramble about nothing. Getting back to getting up in the morning, I would get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, do what I need to do, and then sit on the couch with my knees just swelling and hurting. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start rowing. I love rowing. That's what I did to recover from my knee surgery, and it seemed to help my knee really good. So I just started rowing in the morning before work. And I was like, I'll do a mile. And a mile is like 8 minutes for me. I'm not fast. And some mornings it'll take even longer because I'm fucking tired. Some days I'm exhausted. So I started this back in June, when I started it. So every day in the month of June, I rode. And I even did that. So when we went to go visit my sister in Virginia, I was going to do I wasn't going to eat any outside food. I was going to bring meal prep all of my food in the hotel. But I was like, no, we won't do that. And that's why. No, we started May. So yeah, we already were done with that whole. I forgot what broke me from stopping my New Year's resolution this year in May. And I think it's because a friend of ours came to visit and we went out to get Korean barbecue. And then I was like, oh, fuck it. Whatever. We made it almost half the year this time. I think that's pretty good. So I went to go visit my sister in Virginia. Didn't want to make things any more difficult, but I told George, I was like, we need to find a gym. And we found an amazing gym. Dude, this place was huge. And it had powerlifting, had bodybuilding. And then it had like a whole Olympic lifting platform in the back. It had jerk blocks. And then there was another room, and that was like all CrossFit shit. It had ropes, it had rings, it had rows of Airdyne bikes, rows of rowers. And I was like, this place is phenomenal. I was like, we could franchise it and open up one down here. But we have another gym we're going to. He's kind of doing that same concept. So we'll let him deal with that. That gym was awesome. We were going to before we started going to my friend's gym. But it was just getting a little too obnoxious. Like, things just get obnoxious sometimes at these gyms, and you're just like, I'm around hot, loud machines all day. So like the last thing I need to be is around a lot of hot, loud people being obnoxious. A little too much going on over there. But the owner himself, that place is amazing. Like, and he's opening up a fantastic gym. So I'll put that out there and, too, because he's got platforms, Olympic lifting platforms. He's geared for strongman and powerlifting and Olympic lifting and CrossFit. He's got ropes and stuff like that. I mean, that's the one thing I do miss is rope climbs. So George said he'll fashion me something to do rope climbs at home, because the gym we're at right now doesn't really have ropes. So that's something that I do miss doing. I like climbing. I always wanted to get a pole. I was pretty good at doing that. I mean, I enjoyed it. The core strength was through the roof when I used to do that, 6 days a week professionally. That's one thing I do miss. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm so delusional that I think that I can just stick my 6-inch heels back on and get on stage and be accepted, when I know for a fact that I look every day 45 years old. I feel every day 45 years old too sometimes. I mean, I might do it just to do it, just to see, hey, especially if I do want to do a bodybuilding competition, and I can use that money towards it, but to find the time, and I mean, let's be realistic. You can't compete with a 20-year-old. I mean, no matter how badass you're in shape you are and stuff like that. I mean, a 22-year-old is a 20-year-old is a 20-year-old. I get it. It's sad, especially when you're in your mid-40s. It's kind of sad because it's a mid-40s woman at that, where you're pretty much not getting your period anymore. Your period's all fucked up. It's yeah. I mean, kind of sucks, but who knows? It is 2025, and there's some weirdos out there, so we'll see. Thinking about it. Oh my God! Why would that happen? Never happens any other time. Fucking shit. Oops. It's fine. Nothing broke, I don't think. I don't think anything broke. Of course, something obnoxious.
Something large and obnoxious is in the way now.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
No, not you. I'm talking about...
I think I stacked the cups improperly.
No, you didn't stack them. I did. You didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm just waiting for it to boil. The eggs. I have to use the bathroom. You want to talk? What the fuck are you doing?
What happened?
Sasquatch. Here, take that while I go to the bathroom.
What?
I wish I had that on my channel.
You're not allowed to take bathroom breaks.
Okay, the timer went off, so we're going to go ahead and peel the eggs. I'm also going to start cooking my sprouted brown rice, so it's ready for me tomorrow. I was going to do it in the morning, but I decided I'll do it right now. But anyways, I don't know if you can see, there's like little white tails on the rice. That means it's sprouted. I'm going to throw them in the water, and then I'll start peeling the eggs. Excuse me. I'll probably put some music to this in the background so it's not like dead air. I said it's a process. I'm learning. I'm learning to be patient with myself. Like I said, nobody's probably going to watch this, so not too stressed about it. All right. Go ahead and reduce the heat on this. So I guess you just cook sprouted rice like you do regular rice. Let it sit for 20 minutes. Let me set the alarm. You get to see me try to peel these eggs. It's always a disaster. But maybe not. Maybe today they'll peel really nice for me. This right here. Okay. All a process. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna make me have to pee. So I know that there's like a trick, like you find like the membrane, like where it's dented in like the bottom of the egg. Should peel pretty nice. I love these eggs. Oh my god, they're so good. Here. Now the marinade for these is like a lot of like soy sauce and mushroom sauce and oyster sauce. I'm just going to use coconut aminos. I did that last time and it came out really good. And I'm just lazy. I didn't feel like going to the Asian market to buy all the different marinade stuff. But I might make beggar's chicken. I'll do a video on that. I might. I'm debating whether or not. See, I always mess up. But these are for us. So I'm not trying to make them look pretty for anybody special. But ooh, so cold. You say to keep them in the ice water. It helps it make it easier to peel, I guess. No, I'm dumping this. It's way too cold. Okay. Finally. They're terrible. I always do a horrible job peeling these fucking things. Right. Time to get the marinade. And I'll just spin them around. Nice and juicy. A little water on there. Water them down a little bit. Yeah. So, Ajitama, my favorite. I'm actually cooking up, you know what? I'm going to have one with my rice right now because I'll get the ugliest one. So put that right here. Wait for the rice to cook. And then I'll have one and tell you how good it is. Okay, the brown rice is ready. Do a little bit right here. Not a whole lot. A little bit right there. And the Ajitama. This one hasn't, marinated all overnight. And just a little bit of coconut aminos. Show you the inside. My fave. Oh shit. But anyways, that's that. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Okay. The water's boiling, so it's now time to put the eggs into the boiling water. About time. It took like 100 years. So, I'm going to do a dozen because I eat the hell out of these. Ooh, these are nice big eggs. Alright, I know you can't see what I'm doing. Let it move the camera. Alright. So, coming over here to put the eggs in. I'm going to, it's boiling, but from what I read, you don't want it to be a rolling boil or it'll like crack the eggs. So instead to drop them in slowly. Right, so kind of do it slowly so I don't mess them up too much. I always wind up cracking one or two. Made this a few times. It's one of my favorite snacks for sure. I love these ramen eggs. And also I got like, chicken broth cooking. And we got like the healthy ramen noodles so George can have some healthier ramen noodles instead of the prepackaged stuff, which I guess is not very good for you. So those are in. Let me set my alarm. Oh, sorry. Let me set my timer. I'm going to set it for 7 minutes. 7 minutes seems to be, they come out the best at 7 minutes. So 7 minutes. We'll pull the eggs out, let them sit for 15 minutes. And then we'll put them in the marinade and then we'll see them tomorrow. Okay, so that started. and I will get back with you in 7 minutes. Okay, 7 minutes is up. Now it's time to put the eggs in the ice bath. Got my ice bath ready right here. The ice has turned into a huge block. So try to break that up first. Freezing. God, it's an ice bath. Pull these eggs out. I have to let them sit in the ice bath for 15 minutes. Might have put too much ice in there because that's how I do. All right. Okay. All right, let those sit for 15 minutes. I'm going to set my alarm, and then I'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, the timer went up, so we're going to go ahead and peel the eggs. I'm also going to start cooking my sprouted brown rice, so it's ready for me tomorrow. I was going to do it in the morning, but I decided I'll do it right now. But anyways, I don't know if you can see, there's like little white tails on the rice. That means it's sprouted. I'm going to throw them in the water, and then I'll start peeling the eggs. Excuse me. I'll probably put some music to this in the background so it's not like dead air. Like I said, it's a process. I'm learning. I'm learning to be patient with myself. Like I said, nobody's probably going to watch this, so not too stressed about it. All right. Go ahead and reduce the heat on this. So I guess you just cook sprouted rice like you do regular rice. Let it sit for 20 minutes. Let me set the alarm. You get to see me try to peel these eggs. It's always a disaster. But maybe not. Maybe today they'll peel really nice for me. This right here. Okay. All a process. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna make me have to pee. So I know that there's like a trick, like you find like the membrane, like where it's dented in like the bottom of the egg, should peel pretty nice. I love these eggs. Oh my God, they're so good. Here. Now the marinade for these is like a lot of like soy sauce and mushroom sauce and oyster sauce. I'm just going to use coconut aminos. I did that last time and it came out really good. And I'm just lazy. I didn't feel like going to the Asian market to buy all the different marinade stuff. But I might make beggar's chicken. I'll do a video on that. I might. I'm debating whether or not. See, I always mess up. But these are for us. So I'm not trying to make them look pretty for anybody special. But ooh, so cold. You say to keep them in the ice water. helps it make it easier to peel, I guess. No, I'm dumping this. It's way too cold. Okay. Finally. They're terrible. I always do a horrible job peeling these fucking things. Right. Time to get the marinade. And I'll just spin them around. Nice and juicy. A little water on there. Water them down a little bit. Yeah. So, Ajitama, my favorite. I'm actually cooking up, you know what? I'm going to have one with my rice right now because I'll get the ugliest one. So put that right here. Wait for the rice to cook. And then I'll have one and tell you how good it is. Okay, the brown rice is ready. Do a little bit right here. Not a whole lot. A little bit right there. And the Ajitama. This one hasn't, marinated all overnight. And just a little bit of coconut aminos. Show you the inside. My fave. Oh shit. But anyways, that's that. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.